Yes, people, welcome back to Danny AFC TV. As you can see, Loco is literally standing up in arms. He can't believe what he has just seen. Adamo, Adi, who? I'm going to call him Adi. Lookman has just scored a hat trick in the Europa League Cup final. Now, I did tell all the boys in the group today, walk with me, follow me. Danny AFC TV knows he is the great one, and I did have them in an accumulator. I wish I just put fucking 50 quid or 100 or cut 100 quid on them because I felt for Atlanta all week. I've been saying it to the boys slyly on the group. Like, I know, like they have to get beaten before this bastard season ends, like, or I'm not having it. Like, I'm gonna call the police, like, and it wasn't even close. Danny AFC TV, right again. Shouts out to UE. He was like, Dan, what did you know about this link to Rodrigo? It wasn't much, a bit of guesswork. Rodrigo, do you know what I mean? Real Madrid, they haven't been able to do the deals for Alfonso Davies. They haven't been able to do deals for Mbappe. They haven't been able to do deals for Yoro, the young Lille centre back. So that there was more guesswork. And I am seeing now it's gathering pace. Arsenal, Liverpool have been given hope. Real Madrid reckon that they will need to finance a couple of moves this summer, and Rodrigo could be one of the victims, especially as Alfonso attacks like plays, even though he's a left back, plays like a winger. Endrick is there, who's an unbelievable talent, arguably could be better than Rodrigo already. And with the obvious arrival of Mbappe, there's probably, you know what I mean, room to let one of your forward mind players thinking. Vasquez can play more forward if asked to. Linda's in the building. Good evening. What dog? What? Hello. And what's that? What dog do you have? I think it's supposed to say. I don't know. The police took him recently. They took him on the suspicion that he was an XL bully, which I did actually believe him to be. They gave him back telling me he was very friendly, and they actually still ain't sure what he is. They reckon that he was crossed with an XL bully, which technically means he should have had his balls removed. But again, I think his friendly. I'm not a police officer, so I don't know. Good evening, bros. Bros, follow me. When I tell you to have a bet, yeah? I didn't tell you. I've been putting it on the group for absolutely days and days and days. I was like, they've got to get beaten, bros. They're not invincible. They've went invincible in the German league. I can't believe it. They're going to have to get beat tonight. And I did say it to you before I've just at the start of the game, I said to you, I've took him in a bet, bros. I'll send you a picture of the bet. A couple of more teams have got to win, bros. But for £5 to win 300 quid is a very sensible fucking. I know it's haram, bruvs, but I just so fancied it, bruvs. I just fancied it. And when you fancy, you got to prove it somehow by trying to win money off of it, bruvs. So that part ain't haram. Having great football knowledge, that isn't haram. That isn't the haram. Betting on horsey for me, this is going to be so. It's like I'd say in the Quran, you can bet on football, but nothing else. But no, that horse racing, possibly even the lottery, gambling machines, walking into betting shops. Yeah, that's all haram, bro. Haram. Haram. But bros, when you've got football knowledge like mine, bros, you have to have a cheeky little bet, bros. Betting shops are haram, bros. They should be able to give us money. Shouts out to all the real ones. Let's try and get the stream out there. Right. Let's try and get the stream out there. Shouts out to Linda and Jean Arby. Jean Arby, all videos are doing well. I hope ours are doing slightly better. I'll look again later. I think that dude is actually in the. I think he actually is in the lead, but never mind. We haven't performed to our best recently. That's what it is, isn't it, John Arby? We haven't performed to our best. No, I'm joking. He does it. It's not even like that. Right, let's try and jam a few people. It looks like the dog did something to your face. No, do you know what? That there, unbelievable. I don't know why there's 2 marks, like it's a bite mark here. But one I was shaving and I butchered myself. So I don't know if I butchered myself double or did I do something the next day. But one of them is actually a cut and a razor. So yeah. Excuse me. Good evening. Craig, better than the Invincibles, bros. I took a bet, bros. I betted against them today. Honestly, I fancied it that much. I took them in a little 5-room accumulator, and I'm gonna win, bros. A fiver to win me 300. It's a great profit margin. Shouts out to you, Craig. How you doing, brother? It has been pretty much publicised. Arsenal will go for 4 Galactico-style signings in the summer. Galactico style, I love it. I love it. I love it myself. But 4 signings. They want them done before pre-season. Number 1, it does appear to be Sesko. Number 2, now Xavi Simons has come up on the list. Hato and Diamonde. Now, I can tell you something about Sporting CP. Sporting CP, I bought a centre half today. His name is Zeno Dibust. And it looks like he is there to replace Diamonde, the guy that I did say would be good enough to join Arsenal and probably should Arsenal sign for Arsenal. Well, Diamonde, they've bought a replacement for you, bruvs. Arsenal are probably going to now make a cheeky £38 million move for you because I do believe, and I have been told on authority, when Gabriel fucked around last year, shout out to you, BRB! As you know, we both was onto this. Mark Gay was a target, but he also bid 35 million. Because I said this on my stream last summer. He had officially bid 35 million for the talent of Osman Diamonde of Sporting CP with a 59 million pound release clause. Obviously, that was immediately, I say, turned down by the Portuguese club. Joe Neves and Antonio Silva, 2 unbelievable talents, even though I'm scared of Portugal, Fabio Vieira, but 2 unbelievable talents at Benfica. All I can say is Silva, he reminds me of Saliba, as in, not the biggest, like, most muscly 8-foot defender in the world, but he's calm on the ball. He's stylish. And he knows how to play football. I really like this Antonio Silva, but I don't like this £70 million release clause for a 19-year-old centre-back. And we've been linked with Joe Neves today. He's the 19-year-old midfielder, also at Benfica. Watching him closely, bros, the skill set, the calmness on the ball is outstanding. Whether he gets that time on the ball in the Premier League, and he's got a 100 million release clause or a 100 million euro release clause, which, give or take a penny, is about 86 million fucking English notes. What is your thoughts, guys? Do we go Portuguese this summer? I like the idea of young players, 19, Silva, 19, Neves, 19, 19. Yeah, some bird bit me. It does look like Dracula tried to have a go at me, innit? It does. I'm not going to lie. It does look like Dracula. Freddy Congolo! Freddy Abe! Well, go on. Trust Arsenal, innit? I'm not saying I don't want 30, yeah, but there's Turkish players I want. Fuck you, Arteta. Fuck you, Arsenal. And I really hope you're good, 30. Because you're going to be like one of them Turkish players, not one of them players like Arteta when he signed. I never wanted you. You're going to end up being like one of them 30 because I don't want you. Well, if I don't want you, that's massively unfair, and we do need a left back. I just want to go there. Mudryk under Zebri at Chelsea will be nuts. Yeah, but apparently he wants to go Italy, bro. There's a lot of talk of AC Milan, Juventus. That seems to be going around the name of the Zebri, not the Bayern Munich, which I would have thought, and not other Premier League teams. Like Liverpool, they're gonna want to hope they've got this right with this guy's a fucking Charlie Sloth, some fucking MC radio DJ. Do you know what I mean? They've put in charge. What's his name? Arnie fucking Sloth. I'm doing good. Oh shit, my stitch removed from my head and my leg after having 2 biopsy done. Jesus Christ, bruv. I wish you all the God's good fucking blessings in the world. I swear to God, for a couple of years, bruv, you've had dramas. You got into a different thing as well. Beer and a football. Question, Danny, would you say Inzaghi is the best manager in Europe, only behind Don Carlo and Pep Guardiola? No, I probably wouldn't, bros. Because Alonso has impressed me massively. Forget tonight's result. Bro, just to break, bro, they've never even won a league before in Germany. Like, I thought they might have won 2 or 3 leagues in their life by Leverkusen. They've never won a league. So because they've never won a league, bros, and I don't know how many times they've won a German Cup, bros, Alonso's done different kind of shit out there. Grimaldo on a free. Frimpong, probably pennies from Man City. Wirtz, probably through the academy. Boniface, probably 20 quid. Exaka, between 15 and 20 mil, whatever you believe we got for him. I couldn't put him out of this list. You've got the Stuttgart manager that's finished second this year. But then again, it's just been a funny season in Germany. The Girona manager, Michel, he could be screaming about he would like to be known as one of the best. There's a geezer that fucking manages a club from the Midlands in Aston Villa, in England, in Birmingham. I've slips up by saying Aston Villa. Emery could want to be called one of the best fucking managers in the world, bros. He's won how many Europa Leagues? How many Europa Leagues has he done? Beaten Man United's on the way, beaten Arsenal's on the way, punched above his weight again this season in the Premier League. Aston Villa ain't a top 14, bros, or are not traditionally a top 14. But if you look at the league standings this season, my brothers and sisters, where have Aston Villa finished? Fourth. So Inzaghi, yes, I don't really trust Italians. If I had to have an Italian manager, I'd go for one that's just fucking retired. I'd bring Claudio Ranieri to London for a season. Claudio Ranieri. He's won a league of Leicester, punching above his weight. He built every single foundation at Chelsea. I'm talking Lampard he signed, Didier Drogba he signed. He probably signed Petr Cech as well. So don't fuck with Ranieri. Bad man of a manager. Dewey, the Rings manager, new Neymar, 50 mil. But where the fuck has he popped out of? But you badly know that, I've said the club badly need a winger. So who's Burn called for England? A whole load of kids. Mad, 18 years old. He certainly is mad. The talent does look pretty exceptional. He's been linked to Chelsea. I reckon Brighton's a brilliant step for him. Brighton are a club that's well run, not in debt. I think there's a lot of positive reasons to go Brighton if you're a young English manager, rather than go somewhere and be sacked like Graham Potter was. It doesn't make sense to me. Right, it's only provisional, and I think he's called up about 33, so that means he's going to have to trim at least 7. But there's 4 goalkeepers, maybe Trafford or Ramsdale drop out. Fuck knows how many defenders, a couple will drop out. He's put a lot of wingers and attacking midfielders in there. Maybe 3 of them are going to drop out. Grealish might lose his place. I'm not sure, but there's Mano, the Man United midfielder, uncapped. Kwanzaa, whatever. The Liverpool defender, uncapped. Trafford, goalkeeper, uncapped. Conor Gallagher's in the provisional team. I don't know. It's very strange. He's left out Rashford. He's left out Henderson. But then again, a couple of his old wanker favourites like Maguire is there. Shouts out to all the real ones. Do be liking, do be subscribing if we is new. But yeah, Don Carlo, Pep, bruvs, Klopp. Where's Klopp in that list? Obviously, it's Dewey. I'm going to call him Dewey or Rodrigo, bruvs. Washford. Yeah, fuck Rashford. Loco. Would you like Rashford at Arsenal? Really just put his head down in disgrace. You see that? Head down in disgrace. Loco. A bit of Dewey. Loco. Dewey. All right. Adugalea. Loco, do you want Adugalea? Hey, he's wagging his tail. Yes to Adugalea. 1 second. Rodrigo, Real Madrid. Yep, it's a yes to Rodrigo. He would like a bit of Rodrigo. He would like a bit of Adugalea. He's a bit unsure of Rashford and Dewey at this moment. Where's Akers? Racist. Hey, get down! Don't try and climb on me. Who's racist? The dog? I don't know. Akers? I don't know. Forget England. You're Turkish, Arabia. I know, bruvs. I can't, bruvs. Do you know what's going to turn me on, bruvs? Lee Akers. That's a bit, bruvs. We'll terrorize him off the stream forever, bruvs. You know what I fucking thought about last night? Quarter-final of Euros. England versus Turkish. And there's me in full fucking Turkish attire, Turkey bandana, Turkey hat, bruvs, Turkey shirts, bruvs. Watch along, England, Turkey, all Turkish out, screaming, bruvs, Turkish tunes like when you go into the kebab shop, one of the posh ones. All them Turkish bad man tunes, you know what I mean? Like one of them ones that we've talked about, you know what I mean? Sevda, where have you been all of my life? I'm just translating it, obviously. Oh, Sevda, you are the Turkish woman of my life. Only if I had a son like Mesut Ozil, I would already be rich. But I'm Turkish, so guess what, Lee? Cause I don't give a shit. Ah, shit. Just watched Ronaldo's post-match interview. He seems devastated. Yeah, but that's overconfidence. Playing Grimaldo as a centre forward, leaving Boniface on the bench. Even though he does do this a lot, I think it was the wrong move against Atlanta tonight. The reason being, and I want to say the reason being, yeah, cause my father was Turkish. Bokamia, cause why do you take the piss? So, back to John Arby. Perhaps overconfidence, picking the wrong team for me on this occasion. Brilliant manager or not, aspiring to be the best manager in the world or not, you shouldn't be putting a left back no matter how many goals he scores up front. And then he got pissed off with him and took him off the pitch. I watched the whole game, bruvs. I blame you, Alonso and Grimaldo. I'm too much even for me. It's a fucking quiet one out here today. I reckon most of them, bruvs. I reckon most. He'll convince possibly Florian Wirtz, Real Madrid, Liverpool. Look, I've turned them down. Stay with me one more year. We'll end up fucking off somewhere together. Grimaldo ain't a brilliant age, but people would still be after him. But he's just signed. Frimpong might want to come back to England. Obviously, Man City reject. Xhaka is obviously going to be happy to stay, bros. Boniface saying, well, he doesn't start tonight, for example. So I don't know how many teams really want him, but I've heard he's got a very reasonable, buyout clause of about £20 million. That there I find quite incredible. And I did say to you, do you remember yesterday when you said someone, I think you said Thomas Frank was talking to a thing. I was like, nah, bros. I texted you very like in calm English. Nah, bro. Talks expected in the next day or so with company. I think they're lying on that one, bros. Like, there's two rumors I've heard from Newcastle. They won't turn anything down in excess of 100 million. Number two, I've heard he has got £100 million release clause. Number three, there's another report we'll turn down even £180 million. Then there's the thing that I'm going to go with, and UE, this is where you're the genius, and you're probably right. Whether it's a Luis Suarez situation, if you like, and they just offer a lot of money to Isaac to stay for one more year. Basically, the gist of what I'm hearing, and this ain't Luke and mayonnaise, ketchup, hot pepper sauce. This is real talk, real Geordie land talk, mate. Even though that's gas, the fog on a time, man. The talk on the time is, if they lose one, they shall not lose two. They will not fuck everything up and fuck all the hard work they've done by trying to lose both players. The thing is, the rumor is they probably would have rather lose Isaac because there's a couple of strikers Newcastle have been linked with. Dominic Solanke, mainly number one. They've obviously got the other guy, I can't remember his name. Their backup dancer. Then the rumor is of the Italian midfielder coming back. They feel they can allow Bruno to go. Isaac's the goal getter. So basically, bros, no matter which way you want to address it, this is something similar to what you said. Dan, they don't want to lose both. And Bruno's the easier to get, true of the contractual release clauses. So 1+1 is they'll lose one and they'll fight to keep the other, even if it is just for another season. So I'm gonna make you right on that. Most definitely, bros. We've discussed this one before. Definitely, bros, because that is a team that punches above their weight. I'm not trying to say Thomas Frank for Arsenal, Chelsea, New York, or Man City. What I'm saying is, without them, though, without Thomas Frank, they go down because fuck Ivan Toney, he's shit as well. Have assured Pep that Man City will be cleared. They've paid a lot of fucking people. He's been linked with Spurs today as it happens. It's Spurs and Newcastle, 55 million. And never won. You're on top of RB. But perhaps I don't think they're going to get in trouble because I think a lot of the major clubs in Europe, conspiracy, Illuminati sounding, no matter which way you want to address this, I reckon the big hitters, PSG, because remember they were under financial fair play pressure for years. Manchester City, I don't know. a couple of Italians, definitely Barcelona and Real Madrid. I think the major forces in Europe, maybe the top 10 clubs in the world, have all sat down around a table and they're like, listen, all for one and one for all. If one of us is going to be kicked out of the Champions League, all of us walk at this moment. Bruvs, it's going to be fucking hard to prove, but until someone has the balls to kick Man City or someone out of the Champions League, bruvs, I promise you it ain't happening. Because I believe the superpowers of football have all sat around a fucking beautiful, I don't know, in some Ritz hotel. They've sat around a table like, listen, Man City, you are the cunts most at danger right now. If you go, we go. That's PSG, Real Madrid, Club Barcelona. They're all going to jump out. So I reckon. Dickhead, what? The fucking idiot. Do you want me to punch you up? Those dogs are only trying to pull the fucking. That's it. Fuck off out of the ring. Trying to pull the fucking curtain down or something, a mug. Uh, I don't think they'll be cleared, bros. I think they'll get a transfer embargo for 1 year and they'll get a massive fine. Then they got in trouble. Solanke will do well at Spurs, but they want Tony. No, bros. I've heard they're kind of open, and it could be Solanke that in fact they are after. I think it's pushing to join Barcelona. Wow. Danny, bro. Apart from Tucumeni and Camavinga, who's your number one choice for centre mid this summer? Probably Bruno, then, bros. It is Bruno after that. Yeah, it is Bruno. I like Douglas Luiz, but I'm still unsure. I'm not unsure. It's just I don't know. Douglas Luiz is a bit more combative. I do pick Bruno, bros. I'll tell you what I like about Bruno. And again, it's nothing to do with English mentality and spirit. I like the way he announces to Newcastle fans, like, we've been through hell this year. Did you see his tweet to Newcastle fans? Like, it was proper nice. Didn't really suggest he was going nowhere. Listen, I love you lot. I've had my own problems this year. We've had so many games with like 51 games, so many injuries. We promise we've all battled for you. We love you. Like, I feel no way to go ever shopping with my woman or whatever. And like, you guys are gonna bombard me. I've always felt like you lot love me and respect me. I fucking love you lot equally. He's talking like a guy that's going nowhere, but feeling as a motherfucker. People have done this in football before, but he's talking like a guy, Bruno Ramirez, that's absolutely going nowhere. So sorry about that. I reckon then, bruv, it should be. I like the Benfica midfielder. I'm scared of Portugal, scared of Holland, but I'd have one more crack at Portugal with this fucking Neves. And similar, actually, it's Antonio Silva. More than being a brute and a bad man and a beast of a central defender, this Antonio Silva actually reminds me of Saliba. Very calm on the ball. If he was to be caught out, is speedy enough and technical enough and smart enough to know how to sort of get himself out of that trouble. And I like centre backs like this. I pick Bruno. I feel Bruno and a young centre mid. Who's the young one? It cost quite a bit. No, bros, it's £100 million for Bruno Gomes. 33. There's free. It's free. 3 years. Fuck off. 3 installments, 3 years, £33.3 million. Basically £99.9 million, bros. So if Arsenal activated this year, we only pay £33.3 million. Do you now make that a bargain, John Arby? And didn't you know that, bro? For real. It's free. And Arsenal could speed it up. We could give them 50 this summer, 50 next summer. So it's just 2 installments. But the minimum requirement, when Newcastle have no choice but to sell the player, is a £33.3 million bid with the agreement to 2 more of them over the next 2 summers. It really makes it a very nice deal. Apart from Isaac, who is likely to stay. Striker role. I've heard a mad one today. I've heard we've been approached by Napoli because they haven't had the money that they wanted for Osimhen. I've basically heard, I don't think there's any truth in it, but I've been told that Napoli have approached us saying, listen, we want Jesus. Why don't you take Victor Osimhen and give us a fee like this? Apparently, we've laughed it off. If I can't have Isaac, I could very be tempted to go down the Osimhen road, but I don't like his attitude, and I didn't like him at Napoli last season. But then again, I didn't like the wingers. Kvaratskhelia. I'm going to put my reputation on the line. I'm going with an 18-year-old. Cannons! Did you see him for Juventus the other day, bros? He come off the bench. They were 3-0 down. They drew 3-3. I say well done, Kenan Yildiz. Bros, it's not to do with being Turkish, bros. I want Kenan Yildiz. I think he's a fucking unbelievable talent. I don't care if he's our number one or number two striker. I'd just like to think because he's got so much talent and can play off the left, he'll be that guy that will get two sort of roles at the club. You'll be a sort of backup dancer for Isaac, for example. If he ain't as good as Isaac, then fuck it, make him the number one. And you can also play left wing because he's really clever and fast. Silva Benfica, Braithwaite Everton. But again, mad money for the pair of them, bros. Braithwaite, the only way we get Braithwaite is if we beg them to take an Nketiah, Ramsdale, and Emil Smith Rowe, and then they think, okay. But from what I've heard is, Man United have bid 50 million for Braithwaite plus Mason Greenwood, bro. So I reckon you'll hear more in the next few days. Bubs, he hasn't been as impressive after African nations, but Bubs, what is up on my nose? But he's very big, Bubs. He's very strong, and I don't think he'll be bullied in the Premier League on his first game, 20th game, or last game. I think technically he'd have to screw up with a few things, but Bubs, he's only just turning 20 years old. If we could get him for anything around the £40 million or just under, I reckon, yes, that's actually a bargain. Anything to his release clause 59. But again, talking Portugal is that they know they're not getting the release clause. And yeah, they're willing to take nearer £40 million. At £40 million, I'll take Diamande. I know you've asked me a question. Silva would be very tempting at the 70 million mark, bruvs. 19 years old. How I've got no time for, bruvs. Braithwaite. Didn't realise he's left-footed as well. Braithwaite ticks so many boxes. Left-footed centre-back. They're like gold dust, isn't it, Yui? Gabriel Bros, I reckon Liverpool with him. I've got a feeling. Liverpool. I reckon it's open right now, bros. I reckon if you're Man City, you can buy people. You're good. No way. I know you're taking the piss, bros. Bros, fucking geezer. That geezer, no. Bros, we would have shit ourselves and accepted it. So, bros, that didn't happen. I reckon it was a really good offer. Or we got a really good offer. We accepted. And Gabriel was like, what the fuck? Are you not joking? Fuck you lot. So he sat on the bench for 3 games. I can't tell you because I would never lie. I only can tell you the feeling deep in the pit of my belly, bros. And the pit of my belly is if it was 90, 100 million, we've accepted it. He's got the arsehole, refused to even chat to them. So he's had to sit on the bench till after the window. Or I don't think he would have wanted to go there, bros. I don't think he wants to go Saudi, bros. He's a decent defender, bros, with no disrespect to the Saudi league. Exactly. There you go. I told you I can only tell you the feeling in the gut right of my belly, bros. And the feeling is we got an offer that was so good. I'm not going to say 120, but 70, 80 million maybe. Forget the money, bros. Just a good offer. We've accepted. He's got the arsehole. So he's been benched for a minute. Because I have been told we did bid for £85 million for Diamande last summer, and we were willing. So, bro, maybe you're right. We was willing. I've been told this on authority, and again, I'm not Luca TV. I could have fucking one person watching me or 150. My sources are real. We were prepared to pay £60 million at any given moment last summer for Mark Gay of Crystal Palace. Obviously, the money was being financed from somewhere. Maybe that's why. Maybe we were supposed to buy Mark Gay and Raya for cash rather than the £3 million loan. I can't exactly tell you, but I reckon something happened, which me and you pretty much know. A good offer coming from Saudi. Gabriel's like, oh no, I don't care what money this is. Like, I'm too young to go Saudi. Fuck off, allow it. Listen, bruvs, do you know what? Play that curtain one more time. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. I'll put the shit out of you. Get out. Fuck you up. Foolish dog. Get out. That's it. Take me fucking boo. Is the cunt really back? He's back. Gabriel Jesus, 4 goals all season. Time to go, I think. But it's time to go for him this season, fucking before the cunt. If you're doing it cash, bros, I reckon he's gone for 75 mil. If you're doing it straight cash, Real Madrid will not turn down 75 million pound cash. If you're trying to manipulate a situation, bros, it could cost you as much as 120. When I say manipulate a situation, 40 this season, 40 the season after, 40 the season after. 120 mil, bros. I reckon you can have a 45 million pound cheaper if you go cash. If you go Real Madrid right now, bros, with 75 million, as Del Boy would say, cash on the fucking hip. Fam, are you trying to piss me the fuck off? Anyway, 75 mil, bros. I guarantee you. And you know I've always got I've got this fucking knack of being right, bro. 75 million cash money done. At 23, I reckon he's worth that, bros. And he's got quite a lot of experience in his fucking career as well, bros. He seems to cut all silly mistakes out of his game, Gabriel. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I haven't caught one slyly on the last day of the season, bros. Makes, God forbid, and touch wood, makes Saliba go injured, bros, for 2-3 months. You'll see how good Gabriel is, and that's not very fucking good. It's not as good, trust me. It's night and day, but he's a good defender. Don't know, bruv. It's hard to tell, and this is a guy. Like, if I was patriotic like Lee, I'd be like, Martinelli's English, really. Forget his passport. He's English. He's just one of the boys. I love him. But again, if you're gonna have a striker that refuses to score goals without sounding boring, Martinelli's one of the reasons why we didn't win the league this year. Do you know what I mean? The numbers ain't good enough, bros. I don't know what you do with Martinelli, bros. Again, I reckon, honestly, the Trossard, Nelson, and no matter how much Lee Akers hates me saying it, bros, put a Rodrigo there as a third fucking... Bros, we need 3 class wingers, bros. Give me 3 class wingers. Martinelli starts playing fucking good football. All of a fucking sudden. Trust me. If we sold him. I don't want to sit on the fence, but this goes down to the buyer. I reckon PSG would give us a lot of money for him. I reckon there's certain clubs that give us a lot of money for him, and I reckon there's certain clubs that are like, whoa, we don't need a guy like that. Do you know what I mean? It depends who, when, how, what, if. At least if we do so, Martinelli will make profit on the 8 million. We spent 6 on him. Sorry to be such a fucker like that. 6 good old £1 million. There's a good point. Takes Saliba out of the team. Gabriel is like David Luiz. Exactly. Fucking ridiculous. I put that on Twitter the other day. It got 0 response. Well, I got 1 response. And the geezer was like, well, I still take Martinelli. That's just Arsenal fans for you. I still take Martinelli. The Jackson thing. I didn't ask, did we want Jackson? I just said Jackson. I just put, I think my exact was, Chelsea fans don't like Jackson. 14 goals this season. Arsenal fans love Nketiah, Jesus, Martinelli. 14 between them all season. Arsenal fans don't like me for it. What can I do? What can I say? 33 minutes down, guys. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Isaac, Sesko, Brobbery. Are these the 3 main striker? How much we get for Lokonga? 15 mil. Just under the 17.7 we paid. David Rea, deal soon, £27 million. Zino Debust is being signed by Sporting CP, which allows them to sell Osman Diamonde for around the £40 million mark. Sesko's agent hints at move to London and slips up. Arsenal's a great team. Real Madrid have hinted at the sale of Rodrigo. £90 million has been put about his, the number has been put over his head, allegedly, from Spanish certain agents like Marsa, or whatever you want to call them. Maga, Marsa. Arsenal remain in talks with Turkish left-back Kodiglu of Fenerbahce. West Ham have also apparently bid £21 million for the Turkish left-back. Arsenal have been told it's Bruno or Isaac, not the both of them. Choose which one you want, literally. Desire Dayu, the Rennes left winger, 18 years old. PSG feel they've got this one in the bag. But word from the Rennes camp is he wants to do a Jeremy Decour and piss off to the Premier League. What have I tried to write here? Fuck off, Doug. Reece Waters, as I kept on telling everyone on my stream for the last few months, Southampton have been in contact with Arsenal. So have a couple of Turkish teams, rumoured to be Besiktas and Fenerbahce. Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Man City have all been quoted at £51 million for Xavi Simons. Napoli have offered Arsenal a chance to get Osimhen. They want Gabriel Jesus, very allegedly. Dybala has been offered to Man United, Villa, and Arsenal. That's Pablo. Antonio Silva, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, 19 years old, Benfica centre back, £86 million release clause. Frank de Boer says Xerxes is a great player and should sign for Arsenal and is absolutely ideally suited to the Premier League. Frank de Boer, how the fuck would you know? You never played in the Premier League, you cunt. Howe Neves, Arsenal, Man City, Man United, £86 million. West Ham have bid £21 million for 30 Kadigulu, the Fenerbahce. Left back, Wolves want a staggering £75 million for Pedro Neto. Dominic Solanke has been linked with Newcastle and Tottenham today, £55 million. City want either Hakimi or former youth player Frimpong at the club. Right back, Carl Walker's 49. Pochettino sacked by Chelsea. England, what do you think of the squad, people? The England squad. Vincent Kompany will take charge at Bayern Munich in the coming days. Thomas Frank has been linked to Chelsea. Kieran McKenna has also been linked to Chelsea. Hutchinson set to leave Chelsea permanently to go to Ipswich. Ross Barkley will sign for Villa in the coming days. Calvin Phillips, if Leeds come back to the Premier League, he will go back to his boyhood club. Liverpool have entered the Rodrigo race, but have been quoted at 100 million. It seems to be 75, 85 if it's Arsenal Football Club. Braithwaite, we want £80 million for him. Man United have bid 50 plus Mason Greenwood. And Ten Hag, it shall be his last game, win, lose or draw in the FA Cup final on Saturday. Guys, do be liking, do be subscribing if one is new. 15 mil. If Lokonga. If Luton had stayed in the Premier League, we might have got 20. He's English, bro. Did you know that? Do you know he's English, isn't it? Like, was that Everton? Probably other few English teams. Reese, what about him? You want me to tell you what team he plays for? Charlton. Fuck off, dog! Would you get out my face? Bro, what's the dog in my face for? You must want 2 draw, won't it? Lokes, 2 draw. Well, you wanted that back? Come this side. 2 draw. And Reece Nelson. Ooh. You reckon Brighton wanted him? I reckon Desegby never wanted him, but all right. He's not there. 10 mil. Don't know English. I don't know. 12 and a half. Glasner, like again, like Crystal Palace, you could say, would they want someone like him? Well, no, not if Glasner. He's got to be too smart for that. He's got Mateta playing better. Why would he want fucking? If he even sells a list, why would he want Reece Nelson? I don't know. Like, is it Championship clubs? But the better end of the Championship clubs, ones that have just gone down. Couldn't fucking tell you. No way, bros. Like, apparently Ramsdale, Newcastle are like, bros, they've distanced themselves so hard. The rumour was they were willing to pay about 15 mil, and Arsenal started asking for one of their stupid amounts. And like KT with Newcastle last year, Newcastle like, right, you know what? We don't want him no more. We actually don't want fucking. That's why I wanted to mug off Luca again and his sources. I've been told that he's definitely a done deal, and Ramsdale has left our club and joined Newcastle. I've been told Newcastle are like, fuck that Ramsdale. If you ever think we're we didn't even want to pay 15 million as a down payment. We wanted to give you like 5, 5 and 5. So again, bros, being realistic, bros, I don't know. A lot of people said we could get 40 million for Ramsdale, bros. Do you really think that, bros? Because you're crazy if you do, Arby. There's no club in world football that's going to give you 30, 40 mil for Ramsdale, bros. And again, and John Arby has said this before, I'm pointing this out to me many times, like Maitland Miles or other, like Balogun, we done all right, considering how he's cracked on, but everyone else, we do seem to get shortchanged on. How much do you think Saka is worth? Saka is worth? Not that hard selling. Again, without being obvious, but I said this to you a minute ago regarding Martinelli. It depends how valuable he is to that buyer at that moment. So if Saka was to score 20 next season and assist 20, and Barcelona, Real Madrid, PSG, Man City all had cash at the hip and financial fair play, is like, what's it called? That plague thing, that thing where there's no police for one day and you can do what you like. There's no financial fair play for one day. I think a lot of teams want Saka. If Saka gets 10 goals and 10 assists next season, I think he's one of them guys that a lot of teams across the world would put on that huge potential list. Maybe, but not over 100 million yet. If he does some Phil Foden over 20 goals next season and 20 assists, I now believe there will be serious questions asked, and teams like Real Madrid would be, or Bayern Munich, whatever team you like, would be busting their bollocks to try and get a piece of him. I believe he has to step up and have a 10 to 18, 10 to 15%. And I don't know if Arteta can do that for him. Klopp, Guardiola, Ancelotti, light work. So yeah, there's that last bit now that a world class manager has just got to fix for Saka, and then Saka could be, he can command anything. Bro, if Salah is fucking 31, 32, nearly fucking 33, and you can get 100 million for him, that's incredible. Like, Saka's got to ask himself, will a team pay 100 million for him in his career? Probably and possibly. What I'm saying is, though, there's fucking 10, 11, 12 years fucking difference in their ages. All right, maybe 9, 10, but you know what I mean? Statistically, Saka's that good. I'm saying, like, he should be worth more than a present day Salah at 40 years old. But again, to a Saudi club, I think Salah. Salah's bastard. Salah's worth get the fuck out of my face right now, fucking straight from the nuts. And again, not saying that I would spend £100 million on a 33-year-old Salah. I'm just saying it's up to the buyer, isn't it, bros? And what the buyer wants to do, and like, you know. And again, I think if it's Real Madrid, PSG, Barcelona, some of the best clubs in the world, bros, I think they're gonna want that little bit more from him. If you give Saka away tomorrow for 70 million quid, I reckon there's 15 teams across Europe all fighting for his signature. If you want £125 million for Saka tomorrow, I reckon it's a Declan Rice situation where there's literally just one, possibly two teams that make inquiries and bid. No disrespect to Rice, Saka, or any of our players or any other players. I'm just saying certain people is only worth that amount of money. Like, again, Real Madrid, Declan Rice. Would they pay £100 million for a guy like Declan Rice? But they've got so many decent defensive midfielders, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, so they wouldn't dream of it, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Declan Rice is only worth £105 million. Like, you know, if you think he's that much of a game changer for you personally in your midfield, like I believed he was and is. But the point is, there's levels out here. And I don't know, maybe if I spent £105 million on something, I want it to nosh me at the same time. Not that I want Declan Rice, you know what I mean, innit? Like, it's got to do a lot for 105 million fucking quid out here. Not just fucking running midfield. Like, maybe he should score a few, but he does. He's chipped in here and there. But I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So if you buy a striker over £100 million, I don't need to be like fucking Jesus and trying to help back at left back and the great team spirit and work rate. No, no, no. £100 million striker, motherfucker, score me fucking goals. Not 4 a season. 44 a season. 34 a season. Minimum 24 a season. That's what my requirement for a fucking sucking striker is. I don't want 7 from Xerxes, 6 from fucking Jesus, 1 from Nketiah. It's boring. And again, guys, trust me, it don't win you leagues. Right. It's almost that time of day when I say adios. It is mad quiet in here. So shouts out to John, RB, and UE. Fucking superheroes as always. Oh, bro, video. Where's my old video? I'll try and find the old video if you don't make me a new one. Because the old one got mad attention. And I never fucking did the watch along. Or unless you want to make one. Because I remembered the last one. It will take me about half hour, but I would find it in my phone. I will find it, obviously. I delete nothing. I delete absolutely nothing. I've been waiting to hear from this Man United geezer. When? What day is it today, guys? Friday, I reckon. I'm going to do a review of the season with that Man United geezer. I'm going to get Manny on. Should we call Luca on? I'm going to do a review at the end of the review of the season. Obviously, any of my real ones, Jean Arby or sorry, I shouldn't do that. Yesterday, Jean Arby or like a Yuri could come on at any time. But guys, it's almost time to go. Some Rangers fans want him sacked. Oh, what? Really? Well, his first 10 games, he was unbelievable. They were 9 points behind, and he fucking clawed it back. Slight bottle job, possibly. A slight fuck up at the end of the season. I think that's fucking harsh if that's true. But guys, peace out. God bless. I'm gonna get the fuck out of it. I've got a couple of bits of networking to do. They said he bottled the league. Bros, he got it back to like they never went top or nothing as far as I know, bros. He got it back to like the same points. And then I believe they played Celtic and lost. Oh, okay, but he'd only been there 9 games. That's fucking harsh. Do you know what? Fuck Rangers fans. That's fucking, yeah, give me a message, bros. I want to talk to you as well. Fucking copywriting bastards out here. I love it. Peace out, people. Good night. God bless, innit? Keep